Yeah.
I don't feel like we can talk sports without talking about your wonderful Kansas City Chiefs bringing home another Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes speed running Brady's career, becoming quickly on the path to becoming the GOAT of GOATs if he can just keep this pace.
Representing the great state.
And then with all that wonderful stuff going on in the shadow of that, and you had a mass shooting at the fucking Super Bowl parade,
dude.
And
Kansas channeled their inner Philly.
Holy fucking shit! What a scummy group of people.
Yeah. See, now it's fucking Kansas. Bullshit state.
Some asshole shot 10 fucking people during the parade and killed some popular local female radio DJ who probably clearly had nothing to do with it. Luckily, some Chiefs fans showed that they can tackle better than the Niners. Took that guy out, laid on top of him, disarmed him and everything. Probably threw him a little bit of an ass whooping. I always enjoy that when they clearly throw him a bit of an ass whooping on the scene.
He deserved more than that.
Yeah. What was his name? Ramirez, the Night Stalker. I think they threw him a little bit of an ass whooping when they caught him because, like, they had been hunting this guy forever. Like months.
Player? I'm crazy. Is that?
No, he's the serial killer from California. He's called the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
His mugshots in the photo and his picture is in the paper. Here's what the Night Stalker looks like. His name is Richard Ramirez. I think that's his name.
I think you're
right. And he's walking free on the streets like, oh no, it's like that thing in the movies where you see yourself on the TV, like we're looking for this guy. That happened for real, but it was newspaper and TV back in the day. But the city was so gripped with the terror of this guy. It wasn't like today where it's just on in the background. Everybody was like, that's what he looks like, huh? And they start looking and immediately they spot this guy and start whooping his ass, chasing him through the streets. Like they beat the shit out of him before the cops got there.
Good.
I'm so worthless at this task. I'd make a horrible policeman. Tacoma FD, new character walks in like the apparatus room. That's where the fire trucks are stored. And I'm like, honey, do we know this person? Like, is this a new character or is this like the commissioner that we met 3 episodes ago? I don't know. Always forget a face. That's what I say.
we need to keep you away from detective work.
And microwaves. You got a plate in your head or something.
If this keeps up, I'm going to be president.
You can do it. I'll vote for you. Fuck it. I'll mail in 10.
Yeah, that was pretty awful. But and then there was the Joel Osteen church shooting. Of course, I saw people say that was a trans shooter, and then they went back on that and said it wasn't. But it was definitely a pro-Palestinian shooter because they had "Free Palestine" written on the rifle.
Wait,
as they went into Sunday, they went into Joel Osteen's church of 40,000 attendees and opened fire. And a local cop and an alcohol agent of the state were packing heat, and they killed the person.
Oh my God!
I don't know if the pro-Palestinian person persuaded anybody with the mass shooting.
No, nobody.
No one jumped on his team, huh?
Dude, you're gonna barge into a 40,000 person mega church with a gun, that is a swap meet. Like
what, the NRA convention was too far away?
Yeah, what are you? Yeah, how many people are packing in like an evangelical church?
It seems like
I think he killed a woman. I don't. It's hard to keep everything straight.
It's just a crowd to dump into. I mean,
yeah, I don't know how.
Ignore the church thing. I'm sorry, Kyle. It could be a hockey game, a sports event, like anything. A crowd like that, it just seems like a place to rack up a body count.
It's like the Vegas one, where like the majority of people who died, I think it wasn't even shooting; it was like trampling, right? Where people stampeded, and that really,
I don't know,
drove up the death count. I think so. Interesting. We never learned anything else about that at all.
Dude,
you're obsessed with that one. I don't care.
It's the largest one of all time.
We didn't learn. How many was it?
It was in the 50s. It was way bigger than any other.
That's just your pro-Palestinian roots flaring up again, Taylor. Aren't you aware of what happened in Israel on October 7th? That was the largest mass shooting of all time. Don't you dare, you anti-Semite.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the largest mass shooting of all time.
It absolutely
was. It wasn't?
At October 7th? I mean, you could
at the concert, specifically at the concert.
Oh,
I was going to say, because I'm having a hard time. It's
apples to apples here. You got a concert in Vegas, you got a concert in Israel.
No, the biggest mass shooting of all time was the invasion of Normandy. Maybe.
Yeah, it was the Khmer Rouge.
We're not talking about mass shootings on enemy armies, are we?
I don't know. Like, I mean, because the October 7th thing we kind of are.
What was the Bataclan France one?
Specifically, like if we're defining it as the biggest mass shooting ever, we're talking specifically about the concert shoot that was going on. And the other side would probably tell you that a lot of those people were shot by Israeli troops in the crossfire, which I hear a lot about, but I, never really saw any proof either way.
No idea.
I know.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you.
Of course not.
You can research and find out and still not know what's true, which is where I find myself a lot.
I just trust our leaders.
Yep. That's good.
Smart.
Smart. Yeah. They've never lied.
That's why they're in charge, man. You can't get that high in politics if you're a liar.
It scares me when they disagree. It scares me so much when they all disagree.
You think some like bought and sold guys with no scruples who hate you are in charge? You're crazy.
I don't know a better system though. Like you don't want to leave it up to the popular vote. You don't.
I don't know a better system, but here's something I know of. It's been burning in my head recently.
Monarchy.
A long time ago when I was in school, I took management courses because business major, one of my majors, and he said that you will get what you incentivize. It's as simple as that. And if I tell you guys, look, teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. We are all about teamwork in this organization. Help each other. Rising tide rises all boats. But I'm going to bonus the top seller. Well, I've given lip service to teamwork, but I've bonused sabotaging the other guy. I've bonused like holding him down, not sharing information, tips and techniques that work. I've bonused making you guys enemies because the top guy gets the cash and the second guy gets the steak knives. But I've given lip service to whatever, teamwork or something. Back to politics. These guys don't have an incentive structure to make America better. They have an incentive structure to spend money, bring money back to their districts, lower taxes, run the country into debt, lie, keep secrets, etc. Like they are doing all the things they should do based on the incentive structure that's there for our politicians. No one gets any love for like, I don't know, letting the highways rot and paying off the debt, for example. So no one does that.
Yeah. They're going to serve their biggest donors.
I don't know how to change the incentive structure.
God, I'd love to see the crown we'd have.
Got to get rid of a lot of money in politics, but you can't really do that because everybody who's in charge is taking money. Do
you think he'd have a scepter? Like the King of America, like he definitely have a crown. Would he have a scepter?
No, I think we would find that to be gauche, and it would be like, oh, we're kind of like copying England.
Okay,
we'd need our own look.
So leave him in the suit, but just add a robe, like a fur and velvet robe, like it's red velvet, and the edges are some sort of exotic American animal. Oh no, a Russian animal.
You had me at fur. I like fur because then it's kind of like
What's
like
the
a
Russian national anthem? What's the Russian version of a bald eagle? Something they revere and wouldn't want us to like make part
probably
of.
Probably some fucking giant buzzard. I don't know.
I don't know.
What is the most legal Russian?
I don't think there's sentimental.
I'm picturing a big furry red royal cape, something Santa Claus might also wear, and matching boots.
Boots with the fur.
Yes, and then we could actually have like politicians who are not like that insecure about their height, because we could throw some big boots on them.
I want those shoulder pads that are really over embellished and have the tassels.
I want a president who wears a ton of rings.
Dude, I was young enough that shoulder pads were in style
Ric
for
Flair.
Like my 7th grade dance. And I was fucking fly, man. You know that V that I don't really have because I have that big waist? In 7th grade, I did, bitch. In 7th grade, I had the padded shoulder pads and I was rocking it. And I get to relive that now when I don my motorcycle protective gear. Like there's
nice. Oh yeah, you're like a football player.
I'm like RoboCop.